And I see Master Tang, I see you got your hand up. I know that the people in the Philippines, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they are in church.
Can I just point out a couple of things, David? This discussion brought out the reasons why I'm with Co-op. Okay, you know that giving will gonna be into receiving. This is what I have, and I'm glad we touched on this topic. One, I wanna help my school generate revenue. Okay, what I gotta do is my school principal, I already talked to her. She is willing to do this. So that's one. Number two, I already talked to one of the doctors. I gonna bring him in, bring other doctors, bring the whole clinic to help those patients who cannot afford medical care. That's one. That's the second one. The third part is the most important is I want to bring in an attorney because legal care, legal assistance is very remote. So if I could focus on these three, I will raise my hands and said, mission accomplished. This is CoopC. That's the main reason why I'm here in California thinking about where I came from, because this is one way for me to pay back. Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And you live in California, and the US is kind of interesting because they don't have universal health care down there.
No.
And I remember when one of my employees who lives in the US, when his wife gave birth, which should have been the most joyous time in their lives because it was their very first child, it was one of their most stressful times. And this is going back 10 years ago. And it cost that person $3,500 to have a baby. Person was an employee of mine. I'm thinking to myself, my gosh, guy's got to come up with an extra $3,500 so that he can have a baby. And it was causing him so much stress. I actually gave him the $3,500 so he didn't have to worry about it. But that's just one example of, you know, the stress that people are under in different parts of the world. In the US, you know, a lot of people, they cut their finger and it's a bad cut, but they don't want to go to the doctor because it's going to be so expensive just to get stitches. And then they end up, that little cut ends up turning, wow, I've never seen that before. Whoever pushed those balloons, that was pretty cool. That little cut all of a sudden it gets infected, and then they get gangrene, and then they end up losing their hand. And then that thing that would have cost them maybe $500, now it's going to cost them $5,000 because they got to. Anyways, listen, we can go on about, you know, things, but you heard me say that with CoopC, we are here to end global poverty. And as we are on our mission to end global poverty, that can begin at 43 cents a day. As we're on our mission to end global poverty, you know, it makes things way different. And, you know, it puts the power back in our hands to be able to A, help ourselves, B, help our families, C, help the people that we care most about, D, help the causes that we care most about, and B, become a good citizen of our community. It also allows us to make wise choices on who we're going to invite into office. And it puts the power back in your hands. So I'm looking forward to this continuing to grow.